What was the atmosphere like from a musician's point of view
Dave
when
has
you
a
got
great
there?
answer for this. I love it. I know where Dave is going to answer this because I've
Oh
already heard
shit!
this answer, and it's
I hope I
fantastic. The
remember
way
the answer. Shit! Now I
no,
hope I
but
remember
the way the way
the
you kind of corralled the day, it was such an amazing response to. I felt like I was there when David replied to that exact question a few times already.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was exactly as you saw it online, exactly as it was on the live stream. It felt like that, and it's when you're there for celebrating someone's life, which is what it was. It
Sure.
was a celebration of life. We knew the peril that Ozzy was facing with his
Mm.
illness. They had been very transparent about that. So, but to know that this was going to be the last time we see Ozzy with his band, with both of his bands, and with Black Sabbath, the fact that they I love the fact that with Black Sabbath, they went back and they got the OGs, all four of the original guys, to be back in the room together. They started with those four, they ended with those four. I thought that's the way it's done. They set a
Mhm.
new gold standard of how to do a farewell, of
Absolutely.
how to do that, which is great. Also, I think when you're there um, as a charity,
Yeah.
where all men are equal, all men and women are equal backstage on the stage. Clearly Black Sabbath and Ozzy were the headliners. Quite honestly, the songs were the headliners. Those
Yeah.
songs were bigger than all of us, and will are going to live beyond all of us, as well as our own songs. Um, so suddenly there's no. I thought I was headlining. Where's my limo? Where's my dressing room? All these kind
Yeah.
of things that can happen. When you get a lot of, the big leaguers in the same room together. There was none of that. I mean, and everybody was such a fan of everybody else, and we're all friends. We
Yeah,
all grew up together.
that's the line I was
Um,
waiting for.
yeah, we're all friends together. We all shared the same record collection together. To talk to Guns N' Roses about their choice of Sabbath tunes, to bro down with Pantera and Rival Sons and Black Sabbath, and Steven Tyler shows up. It's like, Steven's just a member amongst members. He's just another singer on the stage. You know what I mean? It's like, this guy's one of the most famous people here in the place. And next thing you know, a Rolling Stones out on stage. You're like, geez, it's like, it just doesn't stop coming. And everybody was just a member amongst members, and that I've never been part of something like that. That was that awesome. I mean, look, when we did the Big Four, to Metallica's credit, they made it feel like that too. They made it
Mhm.
feel like we were all together. We were all in it together. We were all brothers who grew up, and we were all there, as
Sure.
one. They I've had that experience with them, and again, Metallica, they know what they're doing,
It was a
and
family
they
affair. Yeah.
yeah, and the same thing happened. I guess because we were there for almost a week doing the rehearsals, we were there hanging out. People from the A group would come see the B group, and we'd all hang out together and sit and bullshit and watch each other practice because we were all going, like, you know. I remember Robert Trujillo was there, when I was doing Sweet Leaf, and it's like he played with Ozzy, and I'm going, fuck. I was kind of looking at him like, is this right? Is this, I was like, finally, fuck it. I got to grab a pick. I'm a pick player. Why am I trying to play like geezer? Give me a freaking pick. I'm David Ellefson. This is how I do it. And that's what they want. They don't want you to be somebody else. They want you to be you, and so it was just a lot of great, a lot of these guys had played with, Adam Wakeman, Mike Borden, Rudy Sarzo. So these guys had played with Ozzy and Sabbath and these guys, but everybody was there, to just be as one. And that's because, no matter how we go in, we come out as one voice. And I thought that was a beautiful thing.
And you know what? It was the perfect ending to the perfect day. Was the family moment
Yeah.
backstage when you saw Kelly and Sid getting engaged, and Ozzy's razor sharp where you can, I can't believe you think you're marrying my daughter.
I know. Yeah, no,
It was just
She blocked David from getting
fantastic.
his photo with Ozzy. The last
I
photo he
know.
could
I
have
was
taken with
literally, he
Ozzy.
waved me over, and he looked great. He was just beaming after the show. He saw me, waved me over. We're talking for a couple of seconds, for, I don't know, a few, not minutes, because everybody wants a piece of the guy, So I was just having my just talking very kindly as performers who had just done a gig together. You know what I mean? It was like, hey man, good set. It was really cool. It was great. You pulled that. It was great. You nailed it. You really did a good job. And then next to Jack's like, all right, everybody, he's whistling. Everybody keep it down. And I was like, oh fuck, now what's going on? Next thing you know, Sid drops to his knee. There's the proposal. It was just one just unbelievable gold nugget after another, falling out of the sky on that one. And it was, yeah, it was just, it was just really was a surreal thing to be part of.